Tommy out to Schneider. He leaves it there for Guzdahl. Guzdahl, wrap from behind. Puck goes into the corner. Guzdahl will get it up front. The shot scores! Ken Schneider.
Ken Schneider's constant smile throughout the years tells the story. His hockey life has been grand. He grew up on a farm near Weyburn, Saskatchewan, and his family had strong ties to sport.
My dad was a baseball player and a very competitive curler and an ice maker, actually. And my mom was super competitive. She was a fastball player, a track star, and a curler at a high level. So, we kind of grew up around it.
Schneider played 5 years in the junior ranks, including his 20-year-old season where he served as captain of the Brandon Wheat Kings. He was initially recruited by Andy Murray and played 2 years for BU in the early 1980s. In 82-83, the Bobcats captured the league championship under coach Earl Jessamine.
So to come to a program that was, in the last 2 or 3 years prior to my coming, was ranked #1 in Canada, it was kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you, because you knew you were coming to a program where there was expectations to win. To be in an environment that sort of breeded winners, encouraged by George Berger at the time, who was our athletic director. He was outstanding. George, I can't say enough good things about George. And the commitment that Earl made.
A lengthy coaching career would follow his time with the Cats. It began with mentoring youth, before an opportunity to become head coach of the Ile-des-Shades North Stars. He guided the club to the Allen Cup in 2003. Schneider's brother-in-law, Kelly Gloa, clinched the national title in dramatic fashion.
I'd been coaching most of my life by then at some level, but certainly never men. They bought into the idea, and I showed up on the scene, and just one thing led to another, crazy way that we managed to get to the Allen Cup, and and then of course we ended up winning in double overtime, and my hero Kelly scores a game-winning goal with Patty Floon setting him up.
The following year, Schneider and the North Stars represented Canada at the Nagano Cup in Japan. He later became bench boss of the Brandon AAA U18 Wheat Kings for 4 seasons. In 2013-14, they finished in first place in the regular season, but ran into adversity in the playoffs.
It was really unfortunate that we didn't win the championship that year, because we had the team to do that, in my opinion. And I know people would say, yeah, I've heard that story before, but when you have the likes of Duncan Campbell and Tanner Kaspick and Ty Lewis, and these are people that are all playing professionally or going to college, playing college hockey. We had an extremely talented team, but we ran into some injuries, and so it kind of felt like some unfinished business.
Schneider would get a second chance to lead the Wheat Kings back to the promised land. He took over as coach mid-season in 2018-19. It ended with a special celebration.
To win the midget title was an incredible feeling for your hometown, and the rink was packed. It reminded me of winning GPAC back in the Sportsplex one more time.
The flashback was another serving of nostalgia for Schneider. His kids followed in his footsteps and all played university sport. It was like coming full circle when daughter Hope had a chance to wear blue and gold with the BU women's volleyball team.
It was a big part of my life, and growing up in this community basically as an adult, and I spent the last 40 years of my life here in Brandon, so it's had a big impact on my life, on my working career, raising my family in one of the best communities I think you could raise a young family.